We are going to use the highlighting you just did with Gemini the twins to take notes. Instead of writing a summary paragraph, we are going to write an explanatory paragraph. The paragraph will explain something about constellations based on the text we read. Before we start writing our notes in the blueprint, we need to consider the purpose for our writing. Here is our prompt. In a paragraph, explain how constellations have been used and interpreted by different people. What is the topic you will write about? What will you write? What is your purpose for writing? What do you think you will need to include in this paragraph? Be sure to consider who used the constellations and for what purposes and how people explained the constellations. Now turn in your student books to page 115. We're going to complete this blueprint. We're going to write our topic on the floor. So our topic is constellations, and we're going to expand on that a little bit more to say, since ancient times, people from various cultures have used and interpreted constellations in many ways. Now that we have our topic, we can fill in the walls and windows of our blueprint. We will look at each paragraph and see if its content is related to our writing prompt. If it is, we will determine what information we need from each paragraph. I want you to make sure that you write the main idea and key details on the blueprint for your writing template. For example, people have used constellations for their benefit and entertainment for a very long time. Constellations are fascinating and helpful. And there's some evidence that supports that. They were invented by people fascinated with the stars, including poets who made up stories, sailors used to navigate by them, and farmers used them for planting and harvesting. So our second wall are the groups of stars with a purpose. And I'm going to write this up on the board as well so it's easier to see. Now, they're groups of stars with a purpose. That's what constellations are, because they break the sky into parts. And it helps us to remember all of the different stars. And then our final wall is the ancient stories for Gemini and other constellations. Such as the Egyptians, the twin plants, and the Arabs thought they were peacocks. The Hindus, like the Greeks, thought they were twin gods, well, similar to the Greeks. The Greeks, of course, believed they were sons of a Greek god, and others described them as lions, bulls, bears, hunters, centaurs, and snakes. Now we are going to be using this blueprint model to work to complete our explanatory paragraph.